Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to make this stunning wire wrapped earrings, for which we are going to be using 18 gauge naturally oxidized wire, which is my favorite, 10 centimeters length and 12 top drilled crystals. I'm using my ring mandrel, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to shape it, both the wires, on this ring mandrel. Why that needs to be done is so that the stone fits right in between. Make sure that you can make it bigger also in case you want. And now to hammer, just make sure that you are always holding your hammer upright. It should not be slanting. If it is slanting, as usual, there will be scratches. Whether you're new to wire wrapping or just looking for a quick tutorial, this will help you to understand shaping, wrapping, finishing techniques. And now that we have finished hammering, you can also make it a little more flatter if you want. What I'm doing now is after hammering, I'm filing it, because what happens when we hammer, sometimes one piece could be hammered a little more, so the length increases. So just make sure that you cut and shape them both in equal sizes, so that we do not get big or small size. And this is the basic steel wool that I use to polish off the extra darkness and to bring out that beautiful warm copper look. You can see the difference in the polished one and the unpolished one. And after we do that, we are going to use a 6-step bail plier to loop both the ends. I'm using step 1 on the 6-step bail plier to loop the ends. We're going to start looping the other side also. Again, step 1 on the bail plier. And when you're doing this, again, you could change the shape or the size. You can use a ring mandrel to make sure that they both are of the same size. And because we have 2 sets, we have to make sure that both the sets are also balanced. And because these 2 loops at the top needs to meet each other, we're going to use a flat nose plier to make very slight bend. This slight bend is going to ensure that they top meet each other, because that is where we're going to be adding the earring hook. Also check if the other pair is also same. Make sure that both the pairs are equal. And to do that, like I said earlier, you can put it through a ring mandrel. And now we are going to start setting up the crystal beads. And because these are top drilled, we're going to be weaving them in place in this setting. To weave them in place, I'm using a 24 gauge weave wire, 60 centimeters length. I'm going to wrap it thrice on one side, and then make sure that you add the crystal now and wrap it again thrice the other side. Once you finish wrapping the other side, we will go ahead and wrap it completely. But this time make sure that you are going slowly. Keep adjusting the wires, and because this is a 24 gauge, there is hardly any chance that it will break. But when I'm working with 26 or 28 gauges, if we pull it so much, there is a tendency that it could break. Once you're finished wrapping, you will realize that the crystal doesn't stand in place. It just keeps moving, which is not what we want. We want it to be in place. And to do that, first we are going to cut the additional wire that is there. Make sure that you cut it close and tuck it away safely. It's very, very important to tuck away any edges that you have, and it has to be safe. And now we take the wire, turn it behind, and from back, hold the top loops together and start wrapping it around it. We start it right from the top end. We don't want to start it in between, because then you'll not be able to complete it properly. So it has to be from the top, and you just go very slow because we do not want to overlap the wires too. So I am making it a point to go slow and go in line. So you can see once you get that flow, you will be able to do it properly. And once you also reach where it is already wrapped before, you need to go slow because the wires that are holding the crystal, you need to go over it. So this is a slow process, but you can do it slowly and steadily. And that's it. That's all we are doing. We are wrapping it as much as you want. What I do is, because this is a earring, I usually count my wraps. But if you have not counted your wraps, what you can do is you can also try to check how much you have done with the other one. So once you finish the first one and you're happy with it, you can compare it with the second one when you're doing it. This is a back look. And once you have wrapped it as much as you want, you just take it over the wrapped ones twice, so that'll give a very nice look, and then wrap it off at the top. One more thing that you're going to learn today is how to make sure that your wraps stay in place. I take it through the loop, and what this does is it makes sure that it is strong and the tips are not jutting out. So I'm cutting it very close and I'm tucking it. If you see, I'm pulling the wire and tucking it inside the loop. Yeah, tucking nicely inside the loop so it will not come out. Plus there is no chance of it hurting or getting stuck anywhere. Now that you have done that, we need to make the ear wires. For that, I'm taking a 20 gauge wire, 6 centimeters length, 2 pieces, and I have shaped them on step 4 of the 6-step bail plier, after which I'm shaping them on step 6 for the ear wires. And because this is a front loop, this is not a side loop, if you can see. Once I've made the loop, I'm straightening it out because it needs to go through the 2 top loops. Straighten it out a bit, cut the wires equally, make sure that you file them nice, clean. The edges should be nice and clean because they're going to go through your ears. And now that the ear wires are ready, you can add them to your earrings through the top 2 loops. And this is how they look. I hope you try them. They are really, really very beautiful. Thank you.